Hey, we are two Star Wars nerds, and we are back.
Yes, we are.
It's been a while, but we're finally back, and we're in a season of life where things are super busy, things are shifting quite a bit, but we're excited to be in a new space. This is a lot of fun. Same place we're living in, but nonetheless,
we're not in a closet.
Yeah, we're not in a closet. That's the biggest thing, where we have some more room. But we wanted to make a new video series, over or underrated, and essentially every video go over 5 things, and we would talk about really rapid fire whether we think they're over or underrated and why. So let's just get right into it. The first one, it doesn't have to be for the DVD, but the bonus features of Star Wars.
Underrated.
And why?
I don't know. I just think you can, if you like something, why not know everything you can about it? And they have deleted scenes and commentaries, and I just like to watch everything that I'm given if it's something that I enjoy and something I like. And so I learn new things. It helps even fill in the story more, and I especially love commentaries and deleted scenes. I'm all about that. I think if you don't watch them, you're missing out.
Oh, 100%. And I think they're really underrated because they're so, you can have whole commentaries on sound design, and you can have whole documentaries on how the movies were made. And I think we're very similar in this as kids. This is how I would watch movies, but I would watch it one time through, sometimes a couple times, but then I would rewatch it with the director's commentary and the crew commentary and all the bonus features. And I just had this cycle where I did it, and so I knew everything that there was to know publicly about a movie as a kid. And it was different. The internet obviously wasn't, we're not that old, but the internet was around and stuff. But
we did have internet, yes.
It wasn't what it is today.
Right.
And so you had to dig through forums, or maybe there was videos made about it, but it's nothing like what it is today. So these were gold mines. And it's really sad now that, you buy something digital and it's just the movie plays. Mm-hmm. Or maybe there's bonus features, but anyway, super underrated.
Underrated.
So the next one, I think I already know, but loving the prequels.
I'm biased.
I thought this is your opinion.
Loving the prequels is underrated.
Yeah, I think it's underrated.
It's too much
sure.
hate for the prequels.
Unnecessary hate.
Yeah, if you don't like the movie, don't watch it.
I even remember in middle school, for me or whatever, when they're coming out and stuff. Well, it's starting to come out a little earlier, but in middle school, people would just hate on them, and they would talk all sorts of junk about them. And then it's the more I watch them, the more I'm these are actually legit. Mm-hmm. They're so good. And I don't understand, especially the Phantom Menace. So underrated.
Yes.
So underrated. So, hating the sequels.
Gosh, I hate the sequels, so I'll start with that. But
this isn't the sequels. This is hating the sequels.
I know, I'm just laying some foundation. I don't want people to get confused.
Just so we know, we don't like them.
We do not like the sequels. Ironically, I think it's overrated to hate
we
them.
don't own them.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like people just same with the prequels. People just like to hate on things, and it's let's just move on. You don't have to watch it. You don't have to like it.
Yeah.
I'm done talking about them. They just make me mad. So yeah, overrated.
Yeah, for me, I think hating the sequels is overrated. One, it's stuff that's been out for a few years now.
Right.
And 2, yeah, it's when I'm done with it, I'm done. 8 and 9 were borderline traumatic cinematic experiences for me.
Same.
And so I'm I feel like I've healed and moved on, and I would like to be done. But yeah,
to be free.
I think the sequels themselves are overrated, but I think hating them
is even more
overrated because it's just
move on.
Let it be done.
Yep.
Again, I think we're biased on this one, but this is kind of an introduction to the series, the expanded universe, the Star Wars EU, Star Wars Legends, however you want to cut it.
I don't know. This may be a weird one for me because I've only read 2 books, and no one's ever really talked to me about the EU. There's been
3. You read Revenge of the Sith as a kid.
Oh, okay. Then 3. I did read Revenge of the Sith by Matthew Stover in high school. They're underrated because I feel like I didn't know much about them. No one, even being a big Star Wars fan, watching all the bonus material, I never really knew about the EU. And it wasn't until I actually started this channel that I started hearing people talk about it, and I was like, okay, I'll check it out, especially after I was traumatized from the sequels. I was like, yeah, I need some hope. And so I started, like I said, I read Revenge of the Sith, I guess, in high school, but then started with Heir of the Empire, and now we finished Dark Force Rising, and I would say they're way underrated. Like, if you're a Star Wars fan, at least I can speak off those 3 books, you're missing out.
Yeah, and I mean, it's 3 books even versus 3 movies. That kind of contrast you have, you know.
Mm-hmm.
For me, they're really underrated. Even like the short stories, even the kids' books, even like the Scholastic chapter books. Like, I'm just so surprised at how
you've
good
read
they
a lot
are.
more than me.
Yeah, but it's like, I think there's so much good Star Wars out there that people are missing out on, and I don't know why people have just kind of like moved past this. There's like 40 years of stuff that people have just moved past. It's totally crazy.
Yeah.
So this last one here, and remember, let us know in the comments whether you think these are overrated or underrated. So Star Wars merchandising.
I'm gonna need more clarification.
Like, if you think about, if you go to a store,
Yeah.
and all of the merch that you see for Star Wars, there's a lot. I mean, sure, you can talk about like the Ziploc bags or whatever, but I'm just talking about in general. You know,
In the toy aisle.
you have shirts, you have toys, you have. There's some that I would just say they're kind of like merchandising books. They're just selling more and more and more branded things Star Wars.
Well, here's the thing.
Light on me.
For the most part, I like it, but I think they make cool stuff for the most part, but at the same time, they're just trying to make money, and that's what merchandising is. But I would say it's probably overrated, but I don't hate it. I don't have a problem with it. But like, our son got this super cute like baby Chewbacca for his birthday, and I'm like, where's baby Chewbacca even at? Like, I mean, I know Grogu, but like, but it's the cutest thing ever. I love it. And I'm like, now I want a baby Chewbacca show, and so I'm just sitting here waiting. So I mean, it's overrated, but here we are.
You don't want them to make a baby Chewbacca show.
But here we are, and our house is filled with like 18,000 different Grogus, all different. So.
Yeah, and you know, I'll say for me, I think the merchandising is overrated because I think there's too much. It's oversaturated.
Yeah, but here we are buying it.
Not very much though. A lot of the stuff we have
is
bought for us. People are like, oh, you like Star Wars? Here's a bunch of Star Wars stuff, and it's
and
like,
we normally like it.
Yeah, I guess, but
I do.
It's things I would never buy. I think if you go back to like all the stuff out of the 70s, that stuff's kind of cool for nostalgia for me. The prequels had a ton of stuff, but even then you start getting into like just everything Star Wars. So it's like unnecessary. And for me, it's like, I don't need like everything with the stamp of Star Wars on it. Or like you said, remember we saw those weird lightsabers, and like one was like an Ahsoka lightsaber where like her face like had a lightsaber coming out of it.
You liked those. You liked the Boba Fett one.
I didn't like it. I took a picture because I thought it was funny.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, like a Boba Fett lightsaber. Things like that don't even make sense. Where I'm like, it's not like a cool toy. I'm like, Boba Fett doesn't have a lightsaber. Like, why are you making Boba Fett lightsabers? Or like, I've seen Luke things where I'm like, this is the ugliest Luke I've ever seen.
They make the worst, ugliest Lukes ever. Everyone else they get fine, but why's Luke always look so bad?
Yeah, and apparently his face is hard to mold. It's weird. But let us know what you think. What do you think of these things? Are they overrated or underrated? Let us know in the comments.
And let us know if you have suggestions for future over and underrated videos.
Absolutely. But with that, we are 2 Star Wars nerds. May the Force be with you. Always.